One of these two is about to win $5,000 in cash and a plasma screen TV. But more importantly, they'll move on to represent the Northeast region in the national finals for a chance to win this. If you're named the ultimate film fanatic, you'll win another $5 grand and a state-of-the-art home theater system. What are you going to watch on that big-ass plasma TV? How about a 10-year subscription to Netflix? Plus, we're also giving you IFC for an entire night. Play whatever the hell you want. It's your channel. We just work here. Remember, only one of you can win. 6 entered, we're down to 2. Both of these players survived the first cut, and they argued their way through the great debate. But now only one will survive the obsession war. Each player has dug deep into their closet and brought with them 3 items from their personal collections that they feel makes them the ultimate film fanatic of the Northeast region. Basically, this is just like war when you were a kid. You present one of your obsession items, then you present one of yours, then our panel will decide which item is freakishly obsessive. Then Megan will award that player a star. It's best of 3, so it takes 2 stars to win. 2 stars to become the ultimate film fanatic of the Northeast region. Okay, Nolan, you're up first. Let's see what you got.
Okay, so basically, I want to paint a little portrait. High school Nolan Reese. He's a senior in high school and gets the chance to intern as a film critic for the Philadelphia Daily News. And one of the films I got to review was a movie called Chuck and Buck, which was a really great little indie film. It was shot on video. It starred Mike White, who went on to write School of Rock. So my review runs Friday afternoon in the Philadelphia Daily News. And then Saturday, I open up the Philadelphia Inquirer, and there's an ad for the film in the movie section. And the top quote is, one of the most resonant, haunting, and joltingly funny movies I've seen this year, from Owen Gleiberman from Entertainment Weekly. And the quote underneath is, one of the year's most pleasant surprises, Nolan Reese, Philadelphia Daily News.
Okay, Skip, you're next.
I have a little obsession myself where I like to collect vintage albums and movie soundtracks. Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant, The Bee Gees, American Graffiti, very rare, more American Graffiti. Got Grease, Beatles, got Any Which Way You Can, and then I got one that I think Henry's gonna hate because it's got more electronic snares in it than all of Top Gun combined. Footloose. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. And then we have my coup de grace, National Lampoon's Vacation, which has Chevy Chase on the front of it, looking like he's more jacked on steroids than Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1987.
Okay. We have Nolan's Chuck and Buck review quote versus Skip's LP soundtrack collection. Panel, see what you think.
We like them both. Skip, you have a great love of records and of movie soundtracks. But I think, Nolan, the time you spent to write the review and then having that review printed in the paper was fanatical. So there you go. It's for Nolan.
Nolan, earn your first star. Okay. Skip, you're next. Let's see what you got.
These are pictures from when I was in the Navy on a 6-month cruise. There's me on the boat. There's a friend of mine on the boat. There's a picture of the horizon from the boat. You'll notice they all have me on the boat. Well, that's because the night before we went on a 6-month cruise, I had duty. But there was a film coming out called Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Then I had to see this film at midnight. So I had a friend of mine take my duffel bag with my civilian clothes off the boat, and I jumped off the boat, landed on the pier, and walked off and saw Star Wars Episode 1. When I came back on the pier, there was my chief waiting for me, and I was put on 6-month liberty risk. So I want to just give a quick note to George Lucas. It was not fucking worth it.
Okay, Nolan, let's see what you've got.
Cut to my last year of film school. I went to Boston University, and I come out here for a semester abroad and get an internship assistant editing a small documentary. And there was another office in that building, and that office belonged to Mel Stewart, who was the director of Willy Wonka. It was one of my childhood favorites, and finally, after weeks and weeks of coming into this office, Mel here, I finally got a chance to go up to his office and meet him. And he signed my DVD to Nolan, May You Find a Golden Ticket, Mel Stewart.
Okay. So we have Nolan signed Willy Wonka DVD versus Skip going AWOL for Star Wars. Henry, have you guys decided?
Yes, we have. Young Nolan went for weeks and weeks and weeks to meet his director buddy. I applaud that, your persistence. But there's also another guy to your right who endangered my country by taking his eye off the coastline to go see a movie he ended up not liking. And for that sacrifice and risk, we believe that you won this round.
Skip! That's your first star! Great! We're tied up at 1 star apiece. That means whoever wins the next star takes it all. They are the ultimate film fanatic of the Northeast region. They're going to get the whole chocolate factory. Okay, so Nolan, you're up next. What have you got for your last item?
As big a film fan as I am, I'm not as much into collecting memorabilia as I am into collecting movies. And I want to show a picture here. This is over 1,000 DVDs on a rack that me and my roommate had to build specially to hold them all. There are also out-of-print DVDs, like the Criterion Spinal Tap, unreleased DVDs, like Fear and Desire, Stanley Kubrick's first film, and region DVDs like De La Morte, De La More, Brain Dead, a Hong Kong Eyes Wide Shut, Kubrick's final film that isn't edited. I also own Laserdiscs and still have some VHS, but over 1,000 DVDs on a home-built rack.
All right, Skip, let's see what you got.
I used to work for a State Department for the state of New York, and I wanted to see Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. And I asked for the next day off because I wanted to see it at midnight. And I knew what happened with the Navy, so I don't want to run into the same mistake again. Twice I asked for the day off, twice it was denied. So what do? I go out and see this movie, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. Peter Jackson was worth it. And then I sleep through my alarm clock the next day, and I missed work. So the cost of one movie, I'll read this very quickly. It was with some regret that I inform you your termination of employment will occur in 14 days. Your failure to produce an invoice from Newton Medical Clinic for your reported visit for bronchitis has led us to believe that you were not, in fact, sick that day. And my supervisor put a nice little note. P.S. I know you went to the movies with Andy, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, we have Skip's termination letter for seeing Lord of the Rings versus Nolan's massive DVD collection. Keith, David, you're representing the panel this time out. How did you guys make sense of this one?
Both fellas, I mean, that has shown some incredible tenacity. But as we're awarding fanaticism here, risking your life and limb, our life and limb, and then to get fired, we have to reward that. I mean, that is fanaticism in the extreme. I mean, Skip is a choice.
Skip! That's it! You won! Come on over here! You are the ultimate film fanatic of the Northeast region! Congratulations! You get $5,000, a plasma screen TV, and the ass end of a statue. Now to get the top half that screws into that ass, you'll be coming back for our final show to face off against our other regional winners for a chance at another $5 grand. A home theater system and a spot programming IFC for a night, but most importantly, bragging rights as the ultimate film fanatic of the entire United States. What do you have to say?
Thank you to my fellow contestants, my friends, my family, my brother who got me to come here, my girlfriend who watches every crap movie with me even if she falls asleep, and to everybody out there that loves movies. Getting fired and leaving your post was worth it!
I'd like to thank my panel of celebrity judges, Henry Rollins, Tatum O'Neal, and Keith David. And there you have it. Skip has won the Northeast region. That's 2 down and 5 to go before we crown the ultimate film fanatic of the United States. Join us next time on the ultimate film fanatic, and we'll be scouring another part of the country for more obsessive film fans. Until then, this is Chris Gore saying, just when I thought I was out, pull me back in.
Fanatical about film?
See what you got.
Check out this year's award-nominated films at Lowe's Cineplex. Go to ifctv.com to enter to win Lowe's season passes.
Congratulations!
And be a fanatic all year long.